And I mean, we talked about one of their players, but I did want to ask you about this game. Newcastle, we are going away there a week today, Monday night, St James's Park. With everything almost that's been linked, the whole Isak thing, even Anthony Gordon, just the feel of this game, it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think Liverpool are going to win this one. I think it's going to be horrendous. I think playing at St James's Park is difficult enough, to be honest, but you throw in all the spice of the Isak saga that is still ongoing and will probably still be ongoing at that point, because Newcastle probably won't, if they do sell, they won't want to sell before that game. It's going to be absolutely horrific, to be honest. And I think they have got a lot of things that Liverpool don't like as well, is kind of how physical they can get, how direct, that whole going man for man thing, how they played in the League Cup final, how they played at St James's Park last season. I just think it's going to be a really, really difficult evening for Liverpool. And it's a late one as well. So under the floodlights makes it even harder. I really, really struggle to see Liverpool win. I think if they do somehow get a win from this, it will say a lot of good things about this team and with the position they're in. And because they're not, Liverpool themselves, they're not quite settled in yet. They've got those issues we've spoken about. I just worry about them in that absolute bear pit that it's going to be. I think that's why also beating Bournemouth was so important, because this is a really, really difficult one coming up next. And if you hadn't got 3 points against Bournemouth coming into this really tricky game, you'd be a little bit concerned that Liverpool would find themselves behind after a couple of games. So, I am massively concerned about this game, if I'm honest.
I think they'll look to the Carabao Cup final, like you mentioned, and they'll be thinking the likes of Tonali in there, his physicality, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and they might be looking at things like, and it's not trying to be harsh, but as quality as he is, the physical element of Florian Wirtz, for instance, got to get up to speed. They'll have a clear, it's not trying to be crude, but they'll have a clear game plan to make this as physical as you can.
Oh, absolutely. And I saw someone say in the comments there that Joe Linton's going to get a red card. There's no chance of that. He never gets a red card. He barely gets a yellow card. He's free to do what he wants, apparently. So that's my worry as well. If you get a ref who lets a lot of the physicality go, that Newcastle are just going to rough Liverpool up, and the Liverpool are going to find it difficult to get going and play their football, really. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just a little bit worried about this game, and hopefully I'm proven completely wrong. And I think it would be such a positive sign if Liverpool do manage to grind a win out of this one, about where they're going this season, how good they're going to be, because it's going to be as difficult as you can get, really, with the atmosphere and what Newcastle do.
Yeah, it will be a hell of a game. I suppose in terms of any positives we could take, we looked at them they were the early kickoff against Villa away, and almost Anthony Gordon a false nine. The one thing without Isak, of course, is they seem to seriously lack firepower, don't they, really? They made chances. Villa were 10 men as well. That will be so. If we can make it a straight shootout, it's us every day. Is that the biggest hope?
Yeah, well, it's massively handy that they're not going to have Isak playing for them. I mean, he's the difference maker for them, and he has been in the last couple of seasons, so that definitely helps. But Gordon's a very, very good player. There's a reason Liverpool wanted to sign him, isn't there? So they've got good players in that front line. Elanga's very dangerous on the break, and again, you saw Liverpool playing Nottingham Forest away last season, that Elanga can be so dangerous. So or at home as well. So there's quality there, and they will hit you on the counter. So like I said, I just think it's going to be a really tough one. But I think if Liverpool can win, I'll be way, way, way more up on the chances of winning the title this season. And I'm already quite positive about that already.
Yeah, fingers crossed. A win would be just ginormous in this. And I suppose based on what we saw, you can overread things in from the opening night, but who might be in the starting lineup? Do you think Arne Slot might be reluctant to keep Florian Wirtz in there, as in put the extra midfielder back in, something like that? Or how do you think he might adjust or look at the opening game with this big change?
Really good point. And I think this is so fascinating what he does for this one, because how that midfield rotation works itself out this season, and how the frontline rotation works out if they do just go with the kind of, say Chiesa does go and they get Isak, and it's kind of, that's the four they go with. A lot's been said about this ability to, can you pop Wirtz into the front line from time to time? Now, for me, these are the perfect games to do it. You put Wirtz off the left-hand side, you put Szoboszlai in that attacking midfield role, you've got legs and stability in that middle, a really tight and compact midfield three that can make it difficult for the opposition. I almost kind of want to see that, to be honest, but equally maybe Wirtz, the thing is with Wirtz, by the way, he covers a lot of ground, and I think he covered the second most amount of ground, just narrowly behind Szoboszlai in Friday's game. So he's not kind of a defensive weakling, but I still think you get a bit more solidity, and understanding between that midfield three that started last season. And if you can use Wirtz off the left, maybe this is the game to do it, these types of games. So very, very interested to see whether he does that or not, or whether he just sticks to his guns and puts Wirtz through the middle. Whatever he does, if he wins, then it's a good idea. But it's, I think this is an absolutely fascinating team selection.
Yeah, I agree. Also, for me, I was already thinking, I know he scores a great goal on Friday, but he didn't do too much more, in all honesty, Cody Gakpo. I know people will jump on that, will say if he scores a goal every game, of course. But I think in terms of team length, and I think that as well, if Wirtz goes left, it gives you that option of having that famous box four, doesn't he, in midfield that we saw last time, which may help you combat Newcastle's midfield three, just in terms of legs, energy that way. Kirkez as well, probably because Elanga is rapid. They had pace in attack, didn't they, Newcastle? There's so many almost mini battles that could unfold in this. It is going to be fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's another one at left back. What does he do there? Does he go with Robertson's experience now? Because Kirkez had a bit of a up and down game, albeit Robertson didn't come on and solve many of the problems that were going on in the back line himself. So, really, really interesting. And I think this is the thing. It's kind of like a constant learning process with Slot, but even more so now he's got this completely new look squad. How does he use it? Who does he see as options in certain positions? How does he, react to certain performances that he saw last time out? It'll be absolutely fascinating, really. And I think one thing you can guarantee in the selection is Ryan Gravenberch will start this game.
Yeah, Liverpool absolutely need him back there. That physicality to start with. It is a fascinating week, people. It's a fascinating week ahead in terms of the game at St James's Park and build into that. It's a fascinating week ahead in terms of what incomings, what outgoings, because the deadline day is drawing nearer and nearer, and Liverpool are not going to want to go right till that yellow tie scenario, are they? We will have to see what happens. All it leaves me to say as ever is, for going through it all, for answering all questions and engaging with the chat panel as ever, it is appreciated, David.
Thanks for having me.
And ladies and gents, that was another Media Matters by Anfield Index.